An alligator has a woman.
How big is it?
It's a huge gator. It's huge. I don't have anything to get to her.
Is she alive?
Hurry. Yes, she's alive. He's pulled her in. He's pulled her in the lake.
In today's episode, we bring you a harrowing story from Florida where a courageous elderly woman faced a horrifying encounter with a massive alligator while walking her dog near a lake. Despite the immense size difference, this brave woman didn't hesitate to step in to protect her beloved pet. What unfolded next is one of the most shocking alligator attacks in the history of Florida. Join us as we delve into the chilling final moments of Gloria's ordeal, where she faced the unimaginable, being attacked and consumed by a gigantic alligator. Florida is renowned globally for its thriving alligator population. Researchers suggest that these reptiles can be found in nearly every freshwater habitat across the state. In fact, it's estimated that Florida is home to approximately 1.25 million alligators. Such large numbers means that interactions between humans and these creatures occur quite frequently. Since 1948, there have been more than 450 documented alligator attacks, and that figure is likely to increase, particularly when people venture into the alligator's natural habitat with their small pets. We've all been touched by the heartwarming tales of animals coming to the rescue of humans, whether it's whales shielding swimmers from sharks or loyal dogs defending their owners from perilous situations. However, what often goes unnoticed is the fact that humans, too, exhibit remarkable acts of heroism for their beloved pets, even at great personal risk. Many pet owners are willing to go to extraordinary lengths for their animal companions, and such heartwarming stories can be found all around the world. It's a testament to the deep bonds that exist between humans and their furry friends. Some individuals are surprisingly willing to put their own lives on the line to protect their pets, and in some heartbreaking instances, have made the ultimate sacrifice in the hopes of saving their cherished furry family members. In 2023, the retirement community of Spanish Lakes in Florida made headlines, but unfortunately not for the reasons they'd hoped. This retirement complex had built a reputation for ensuring the happiness and vitality of its residents through a diverse range of activities, such as swimming and golf. Moreover, they took pride in offering a picturesque setting with 24 tranquil lakes on their property, perfect for sailing or leisurely strolls to enhance the mental and physical well-being of their elderly inhabitants. However, what they couldn't have foreseen was that these seemingly idyllic lakes held a hidden secret, something lurking beneath the surface, waiting for an unsuspecting moment to make a meal out of its retirees. Gloria Surge had been a resident of Spanish Lakes for quite some time. She was familiar with the area and had forged meaningful friendships with this close-knit Florida community where neighbors looked out for one another. Despite the bonds she had formed with her fellow residents, her most cherished companion was undeniably her little dog, Trooper. Trooper had been her faithful companion since she first moved into the complex, and Gloria relished the opportunity to take him on leisurely walks in the picturesque surroundings. This was a simple pleasure she rarely had the chance to enjoy during the period of solitude that followed her husband's passing. Gloria had made the deliberate choice to relocate to Spanish Lakes to escape the isolation that often accompanies widowhood. She was profoundly thankful for the companionship of her well-behaved canine friend, and she looked forward to yet another day of exploring the beautiful landscape with Trooper by her side. Despite the age-old wisdom that a breath of fresh air can do wonders, Gloria remained blissfully unaware of the unforeseen turn that her daily dog walk would take that afternoon. Stepping out of her apartment, Trooper energetically led the way, with his leash guiding the path. Gloria had planned to wander around the lakes closest to her home, deeming them the most beautiful and convenient for her return in case fatigue set in. With a determined spirit, she commenced her walk, immersing herself in the beauty of the natural surroundings and basking in the joy of residing amidst such breathtaking scenery. As she strolled, she exchanged friendly waves with her neighbors and approached the water's edge, gazing across to the far shore, ready for the journey that lay ahead. As Gloria leisurely made her way around the lake, she remained completely unaware that she had become the subject of observation from a distance, 100 feet away on the opposite side of the water. Unbeknownst to her, a formidable 10-foot alligator had caught sight of the duo as they strolled near the water's edge. The alligator, deeming them potential prey, silently slipped into the murky waters and embarked on a silent pursuit of Gloria and Trooper. Oblivious to the lurking danger, they continued their tranquil walk, offering no hint of the peril that watched them from the shadows. The alligator advanced with a cautious restraint, maintaining just enough distance to remain concealed, its eyes fixed on the elderly woman and her faithful canine companion as they went about their afternoon, biding its time for the perfect moment to strike. In a sudden and harrowing moment, the alligator leaped from the water, attempting to snatch Trooper and drag him beneath the surface. Gloria found herself facing an agonizing decision, a life or death choice between her beloved dog and herself. Faced with the approaching reptilian menace, Gloria knew she had to act swiftly. With resolute determination, she forcefully pushed Trooper out of harm's way and threw him to safety, yet their ordeal was far from over. The alligator, thwarted in its initial attempt, redirected its fury towards Gloria, lunging at her with its massive jaws. In the desperate struggle that followed, Gloria found herself seized by the leg, her body pulled to the ground. She cried out for help, her voice echoing across the tranquil landscape as she was relentlessly dragged towards the water. With frantic arm movements, she desperately sought the attention of her nearby neighbors, knowing that time was running out. The relentless alligator maintained its unyielding grip on her leg, showing no intention of letting go. While still clinging to life, she was acutely aware that her moments were numbered. Meanwhile, Trooper barked fiercely on the grass, his eyes locked on its owner as she slowly disappeared beneath the water's surface, a helpless witness to the devastating events unfolding before him. In the face of such a dire situation, there was little that a small dog like Trooper could do to aid its owner. In the heart-wrenching turn of events, Gloria's selfless act had saved her dog's life, but at the cost of her own. One of her neighbors, 76-year-old Carol Thomas, was alerted by the chaotic scene and the distressing sounds coming from the lake. She witnessed the horrifying sight of Gloria being dragged into the water by an alligator nearly twice her size. Overcome by panic, Carol swiftly dialed the emergency services, clutching her phone as she rushed to the scene, a garden pole in hand, determined to help in any way she could. As Carol reached the water's edge, her heart seemed to stand still, for Gloria's lifeless form now floated on the surface, manipulated and shifted by the relentless alligator. In a desperate attempt to extend a lifeline, Carol guided the pole toward Gloria, praying that she could somehow grasp it and be rescued from the clutches of the reptile. Tragically, it was already too late. Gloria had surrendered to the brutal attack, and the alligator swiftly seized her lifeless body, vanishing beneath the murky depths with its grim prize. Carol could only stand by, helpless and anguished as the water swallowed her neighbor, forever altering the tranquility of Spanish lakes. When the authorities arrived, a crowd had gathered around the lake. Residents of the complex had gathered to witness the shocking incident that unfolded right in their community. They were filled with fear and dread. These were people who had been following the same daily routine, and the horrifying realization struck them. It could have been any of them in that terrible situation. They had been oblivious to the presence of an alligator in their serene lake, and the fact that such a large creature shared the same space as they left them horrified. Soon after Gloria's tragic demise, her lifeless body was retrieved from the water, bearing extensive injuries that indicated the alligator had begun to feed on her before being interrupted. With this grim task completed, the immediate concern was the capture of the alligator responsible for the attack. Wildlife experts were dispatched to locate and extricate the reptile from the lake, leading to the necessity of making a crucial decision regarding its fate. After an extensive search effort, the experts managed to locate the alligator, concealed at the lake's bottom. Its distended body revealed that it had recently consumed a substantial meal, adding a grim layer to this unsettling and tragic event. The colossal alligator measured an impressive 10 feet in length. Once its size had been determined, the decision was made to remove and euthanize the animal. It was clear that an alligator of such size couldn't be allowed to remain in the lake, particularly after it had initiated attacks on the retirement community's residents. In response to this horrifying incident, the complex's owners initiated an extermination effort to ensure the safety of their residents. The welfare of the community members was paramount, and no one would want their loved ones to be at risk of a fate like Gloria's. Every effort was made to clear as many of the lakes as possible and relocate any other reptiles that were discovered to prevent any further dangerous encounters. Tragically, Gloria became the third victim of alligator attacks in Florida within a span of just 6 months. In response, authorities issued a stern warning to the locals, cautioning them to steer clear of large bodies of water, especially when accompanied by their pets. Gloria's harrowing ordeal served as a stark reminder of the lengths that people are willing to go to protect their beloved animals. Thankfully, Trooper managed to survive the terrifying incident and was eventually entrusted to live with Gloria's family. His life was spared from the jaws of the alligator thanks to a woman who had shielded him with unwavering devotion until her very last breath, her final act of profound affection for her cherished companion. Please like and share if you like this video, and let us know which topic you want us to cover next.